the audio, but I'm doing it because I just don't want to put the camera. I just want to talk into the phone. I don't know if people like this. I don't know if there's dead zones. I don't know if there's pixelation. I don't know if you enjoy this. I don't know how the audio, again, will sound. Is it a podcast? Is it a walk and talk? It's not conducive. I don't know. I just kind of don't want to stare at the camera today. I mean, yesterday, things are great, don't get me wrong. Things are great. Don't get me wrong. This dog's staring me down. It's like a phone call with one end on mute. I don't know if that's good, but I just heard what you said. So I just conversated back to you. Let's go Pats. I'm doing that. See? What's the best way to remove rust from a pocket knife? Soak it in mouthwash. That's what I would do. So I'm right now, Brody. I'm walking. It's like a mitt with no fingers. Interesting. I'm walking right now, getting some sun in. A little bit of a late start. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go ahead and listen to this after, see how the sound is. Maybe I'll turn it into a walk and talk. This could be, steps to Steve, we have a walk and talk. There you go. So, last night, shows were good. Had a good time at the Comedy Store Festival. That was good. And that was at the Fonda Theater. It's safer. You can watch where you're walking. That's correct. I'm looking where I'm walking. I'm observing things. It's like I'm talking to you on the phone. And that's the deal. Latina23 invited followers. Yes. You got it. Push and believe it. So, graphic stabilizer. I like it. So last night, the show at the Comedy Store Festival, Fonda Theater, was fun. I did a segment on Dr. Drew's podcast. I did a set outside on the roof. I went on stage at the end with Dave and Jeff Ross, part of the Bumpy Mics. It pulled me up for that. That was fun. And then went to the Comedy Store. Had a bunch of people, friends there. Then I headlined, went on at the end for a nice long set in the main room. Did about an hour. That was fun. And then everyone was just in a good mood. I don't know if it was like the holidays, people are in a good mood. I don't know if I was in a good mood because, I don't know. Last night I was focused. I didn't take any Red Bull. I spoke well the whole time. And I could tell that, honestly, like for me, not being high, not being on meds, whatever it was, it's like I'm a better connection with the audience. We didn't really talk about it. My whole life is not, I do on here, but, everyone, you got your own personal, people have their own issues for meds or no meds. I live alone. I don't have tons of savings. It's different for me. So everyone has their own issues. I don't think that, numbers seem to be going down. So maybe this is more just for our special. If you're listening to this, you're a true fan of Stephen Brody Stevens right now. So, show was good last night, and I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you what I took. I took 2 theanines. Have you heard of L-theanine? I think it's just called theanine. It might be L-theanine. And diehard fan, you got it. And I think maybe it relaxed me. I focused on that. And then you know what? When you're at a show, you're at a thing, you just bring it. So I had a good set. I was happy. I did well on the rooftop upstairs. No nerves. And then, at the main room, at the Comedy Store, we had about 75 people in there. They'd seen comedy all night, and I kept them, and I did well, and I was enunciating, and I honestly feel like the smoke in the pot can kind of like, affect you. Maybe affect me. So all I'm saying is last night was a good night, and not all nights are going to be like that, but that's just the case. It was a good night. And then the night before, you saw on my Periscope, I was in a good mood. So I'm just kind of like letting you guys in, and eventually, look, I didn't tweet last night. I didn't take any photos. I took some photos, but I was living in the moment. And I'll tell you what, I felt good. So I don't know I think it was a combination of everything. It was a combination of probably being on L-theanine. 2, I wasn't low blood sugar. Not that that's ever, an issue that much. I do need to get back to a junior jam. 3, everyone was in a good mood. 4, I was on the show. 5, yes, I was doing the outdoor show, but I had a good time with that. And then I went to the Comedy Store, hung out with my friends, did my show. It was all positive. I don't know what to tell you. So now I'm back up again. And I went to bed late. I went to bed at almost close to 4 a.m. I take iodine drops. I'll tell you what, why is my weight down to basically like 203 pounds, 202 pounds? And all I'm doing is walking, taking iodine. I'm not doing heavy cardio. I am walking. You can lose weight walking, I guess. And my diet is not amazing. I'm 6'2", and my diet is not amazing. So I'm gonna chalk it up to apple cider vinegar and iodine drops. And if you go and look at reviews, or my diet is not ideal. I understand. If you go on YouTube videos or Amazon and look at iodine, I'm not saying look at the InfoWars iodine or whatever they're selling there. I'm saying look at another brand and look at the reviews. And people will tell you that it helped with their brain fog, it helped with their energy, it helped with skin, hair, nails. I don't know. Give it a shot. A lot of people take apple cider vinegar. I'll tell you what, with apple cider vinegar, it definitely, I feel, helped me out with acid reflux, like having heartburn, because I was having heartburn issues. Because when you're doing stand-up, you're in control of your body. You have to know your body. You're aware, not in control, you're aware of your body. So for me, I didn't like having heartburn and acid reflux or feel it like in my throat. So I started taking that apple cider vinegar, and it feels better. And then you hear that it helps keep your body alkaline. It's like a detox, I believe. And then also it can help lose inches. And I'll tell you what, you've known me now on these scopes and these Steps with Steves and the walking and talkings. Knock on wood, I'm not a guy that's always sick. Yes, I get sniffles. Yes, I get a nasal drip. Yes, I get ear stuff. But I'm not missing out shows. You don't see me, again, knock on wood, having a fever, getting a temperature, being nauseous. I'm not, because I really cleaned up. I'm not saying I cleaned up my diet, but I feel when I take that iodine, it's a scavenger. It's looking for the bad stuff in my body, and it gets it out of there. Because we don't have iodine in our diets anymore. So you have to supplement it. And that's what I'm doing. I take Bragg's. And I'll tell you what, more people say apple cider vinegar is good than they don't say it is. So I take it, and that's what I do. And then I take the iodine. That's what I do. My mother is 87 years old. She's lived longer, and I just hope she keeps going. We'll see, But I also feel that, how are your teeth? My teeth, I need to go see my dentist, but my teeth are pretty good. Sometimes they get, irritate me, but I'm okay with that. But I do My joints feel all right. I do. You can put your mind to it. I know that walking is good for you. I know that getting sun is good for you. I know that talking is good for you. I know that. What's that? Oh, thank you. She saw my Cubs gear. She said, congrats on the Cubs. And then also, not being a hater. Not going on Twitter and saying, doing that stuff. That's what's doing it to people. This frickin' Pete, what's his name? Pete Davidson. You know, it's like, you don't want the guy, I'm not going to go into Pete Davidson stuff, but wasn't he bashing Kanye West a couple weeks ago? This guy, it's like, I hate to say it, Cernovich, if you watch, he's right. Pete Davidson is bathing in dark energy. They all do. Not into it. You stay away from dark energy. It's pulled me in at times. I don't want to be around it. I like being wholesome. I like being sunshiny. I like being blue skies, Arizona, breathing. You know, maybe I didn't do comedy in Arizona because I was happy. You ever look at it that way? I'll tell you what, Satan doesn't hang out in the desert. Get the F out of here, Satan. And then you got, here's the other thing I got to do. I just got to block Tom Arnold. I don't want to tweet stuff and feel like, oh, Tom Arnold's watching me. F you, Tom. You're going to get blocked so I can tweet and not worry about you coming down on me like my frickin' stepfather. So he's out. And who cares? It's not like Tom Arnold's getting me jobs. He's gotten me nothing. So Tom Arnold, you're going to get blocked. And that's it. And it hurts me because it's like you're an uncle. But I don't need it. I need to move out. So Tom Arnold, I'm moving out of the house. Because I'm sick of your little frickin', you're watching over me. Because you never gave me a nickel. Yeah, maybe you stuck up for me at Best Damn Sports Show because I pushed that show. I did a good job, is what I did. You got me one gig. So there you go. Tom, you're blocked. And that's the way it is. So now I can tweet. And if somebody else wants to frickin', I'm just going to block ahead of time. I don't want people to see my tweets. It's not healthy. You did? Red Band. Yeah, Tony and Red Band, good guys there at the store last night. We're playing around. It's fun. It feels good to not get mad over stuff. You know, I get mad, me. I get mad when you get mad. It irritates me when you get mad. I'm not initiating the madness. It's like I'll comment on news. I'll see that and that could the news could affect, I look at it and I think it doesn't get me angry, but I feel like it is an eye-opener. And then I feel like nobody's sharing this. Nobody knows. Because you're not allowed to talk about a guy, an armed robbery in Tarzana. You're not allowed to talk about people's houses being robbed all over the place. You're not allowed to. But again, whatever. Stay positive. If you just stay positive, good things are going to happen. Because you can't survive being negative like that. You're going to start getting sick. Look at these guys. The guy who invented Vine and the guy who Twitter bought it. He just died of drug usage. So these guys are dying. Oh.
That's all right.
We're feeling our energy.
Yeah, right? Got plenty of room at least.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, you have to brush it off. But I'll just say this. Last night was a good night for me. I was happy. I got laughs. They were happy. And you know what? My views are the same as they were 2 and 3 years ago. I've not changed who I am. I've only become stronger. So you told me I become stronger and you feel better? Yes, you will feel better. freaking negative crap. Robert De Niro has ruined his reputation. I used to like, great actor. Now he's known as just a crazy guy. They're just sick, man. Sick people doing drugs, being negative. There you go. Because everything, when I read stuff on Twitter, and people that I know, let's say people that I know, comedians that I work with, I read what they tweet, and I'm thinking, that goes against everything I was taught playing Little League Baseball, coaching high school football, playing college baseball, coaching college baseball, doing 3,000 television audience warm-ups, being a tour guide, barking at the Comedy Cellar, getting an education, being bused into South Central, going to public school, being born Jewish, raised Gemini. It goes against everything I was taught, and I ain't changing that. You talk about education. I got my education. And you're telling me my thinking's wrong, what I was taught? No. I mean, I think at times, to be honest, yes, you could say my thinking was off, because I was probably, affected by things. I wasn't on iodine. I wasn't on a heavy dosage of apple cider vinegar. I wasn't making the concerted effort to walk. You think thin. People talk about your mind. Your mind controls your body. If you're nervous in your brain, it's going to affect your body. Why are you nervous in your brain? Because you have a show to do. Why are you nervous? Because you're going to be in a situation where you're out of your comfort zone. What does that do? It makes you go to the bathroom. It causes you to sweat. So just like when you read something negative or feel it, that affects you. So let's put it on the other side. Think of the positives. Sunshine, hiking, walking, praise spiritually, smiling, not cursing, not littering. You know what? What do we call those? Judeo-Christian values. Oh, you must hate homeless people. You're all right. You just want them out. I gave a homeless lady a tuna fish sandwich last night because I'm a human freaking being. I'll take her and put her somewhere. Oh, Brody. So, what I'm reporting back to you is just stay the course. Stay positive. Let those people on the side die from their drugs, die from sickness. Let them do that. Let them be depressed. Because I'm letting you know, and I'm not some just guy. I'm at the Comedy Store, the #1 comedy club in the world. I did 1 hour last night at the Comedy Store. I was on stage with David Spade, Dave Attell, Jeff Ross, KLOS Radio. So I'm not just some guy who's just philosophizing. I'm not. I'm not some guy like, oh, Brody, you should try stand-up. I've already done it. Oh, Brody, you'd be funny on TV. I've done that. Certain levels. And I'm telling you, for me, just trust in my instinct. Less heavy pot, more iodine drops, and be grateful. And you know what? Southern California, they do say it's God's country. What do you think? I mean, Joshua Tree and all that. Why do you think Hollywood moved here? It moved here because you're inspired here to make movies, to move people, and then it got hijacked. Hollywood got hijacked by Satan types. You don't think Charles Manson had that kind of energy? Lived in Laurel Canyon, and he was out in the Chatsworth Caves. So, Hollywood was first in Jacksonville. It may have been. And then what's in Florida? Scientology. I just feel like I keep walking. I'm gonna make it right here. So, I'm letting you know on a Sunday, be nice to people, smile, and this whole going after Trump, I don't like it at all. I just don't like it. It's elder abuse. You're beating on a white guy. It's just a lot. And I don't like seeing it. I don't want to be around it. But I'm not gonna turn my back on the presidency of the United States. And I'll tell you what, who's better? Do you want to get out Trump? Okay, you want to impeach Trump, as opposed to like, you can't wait 2 years to run somebody in 2020, you have to impeach. Okay, here's the deal. I'm letting you know, these are my instincts. These are Brody instincts. I think if it gets to that point where they go, he's impeached, all of those guys in Hollywood, all of those loudmouths on Twitter, you just upset 60 million people with guns and then some, because their kids have guns too. And those kids didn't vote, but they listen to daddy and they listen to mama because they're in rural America. And that's what's going to happen. I'm letting you know. If that happens, and then I'm going to say, what situation is better? I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to do it. I mean, maybe if it's civil war, I'd have to. Yes, if it's civil war, I'd have to do it. If civil war happens, so many people support the even, you know, every time you bash him, it's just like he would have to. Nobody cares that he paid these girls hush money, because you know how many people in Hollywood do that? You know how many actors in Hollywood have said, oh, this lady's driving me nuts, she's saying this and that, she wants $20,000, give her a check, get her away. They all do it. So if that's what you're doing, impeaching on that, the stuff before, whatever. I'm just saying, stop with the negativity. Why don't you just focus on positive and like just keep Trump out of your mouth, SNL, and do comedy stuff. Oh, you can't tell us what to do? That's what you do to me. Tell me what to do, and that's why I blocked Tom Arnold. Oh gosh, this is going off the rails. Anyway, that's the deal. It's just not helpful. But you could say, oh, Brody, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, I just spent last night doing an hour and a half of stand-up comedy in Hollywood. Okay? And you're telling me I'm not in touch. I don't know what people... And I live in the Valley. And I played baseball. And you're telling me I don't know. I do know. I read energies. And the crowds are actually with me. I say leave Trump alone. He's got more pedophiles arrested. Look at all these pedophiles getting arrested. Thank you very much, Dylan. They're frickin' sickos. That's bad. You know. That's your best book ever. F. Tom Arnold. I'm gonna block him. I want to tweet and not worry about what my frickin' my stepfather, whatever I have to say. Preventative blocking. Because Tom's funny. I mean, I don't know. He's funny energy, but he's just got this whole Trump thing. I don't understand. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm actually getting hungry right now. I want to say thank you. I think this was a success. I don't want to go rich it. I just don't want to. Let the president be the president and then vote him out in 2020. Stop it. And then on top of it, what about everyone, all they talk about, they push. Every freaking commercial, every ad, everything is just a push. It's freaking, they're down on Christians. They're down on God. But you can rap lyric, you can say the F word, the N word, this and that. It's all good. Because here's the deal. You can say Christians. I don't think Christians are afraid of Muslims, but I do feel that people are afraid of Muslims. They don't want to deal with it. But when push comes to shove, it will be on. And that's what we call the holy war. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know. Be sure to turn in. Because when it goes down, I'm got to figure out an escape plan. Anyway, I'm getting hungry. I want to say thank you very much. And I'll tell you what, my mother is 87. She tells me to pray. And I'll say this. I can honestly say a lot of my regrets in life, a lot of my problems in life were because I went to public school, because I was bused, because I was forced against things it was forced on me. I was forced. So that's a fact. Thank gosh I'm able to do comedy. Thank gosh people think I have a funny face. But a lot of my problems, I can tell, are because I was forced into government type stuff. And I'm letting you know, it's gonna, for somebody who has a good heart and is a good person, it's gonna drive him nuts. And that's what it's done to me. Somewhat. I'm thankful I have you guys. I'm thankful I'm able to do stand-up. I'm thankful people think I have a funny face. But I will tell you, I will tell you that had a lot to do, and I'm not blaming my mother, but I'm not saying my mother's liberal, but she is a Democrat, and those Democrat philosophies didn't help me. I'm going to tell you that right now. It didn't help me. It indirectly has. And I love my mother, and I know she cares, but I'm letting you know, the Democrat government, public, didn't help me. Some of it did, but most didn't. And that's a fact. Hold on. It doesn't work. And if it did, I go, you gotta get bused. You gotta go to public school. You gotta take multicultural. I don't know how to speak Spanish. I fought it. I had to take Spanish. I had to do multicultural. You think I know how to speak Spanish? I don't. You know why? Because they forced it on me. Maybe not. I don't know about that one. Let me be that. I did it already. I'm reporting back to you that you want to live alone in an apartment, you want to be a frickin' in your head, no relationships, go to public school, have your parents be divorced, get bused, and have your sister beat you down and not have male supervision, have your dad around. But my dad constantly, they were hard on my dad. That's what I'm going to say. Frickin' women energy. What do you think my father had heart attacks in his 40s? Passed away at 63. Because I could tell. Like my aunts and they weren't very nice to him. So I'm not going to let that happen to me. I do. You know what I do my comedy for? I do it for my father. That's what I do it for. So, it's a hard knock world, sir? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by it's a hard knock life? That's negative talk to me. You have to look at, some things are blessings. I'd never ever have kids that would have gone to parochial school. Life is tough sometimes. Of course. Life is tough. And it's not easy. And I'm lucky. And if I can inspire a few people, I've been inspired by people. You think you have it bad? Somebody has it worse. You think you have it good? Share it. Inspire others. All I do, I just need to make a few bucks. I haven't had a massage for probably a year now. Maybe I should get one. Do I like dogs? Yeah. Do I? Am I doing? Am I? I'm not looking at the comments right now. I apologize. I have stage 3 kidney cancer, but I help stay positive. Oh wow. I'm putting out good thoughts for you. You know, you never know. Well, we'll put good thoughts out for you on that. And look, I've had some. I have regrets. I have some issues, but also let's think about some things you can do if you persevere, put your mind to it. You can make things happen and help others. That's why baseball to me is a great sport, because it shows it's teamwork. It's everyone working together. It's Americana, and it's fair for the most part. Look at these commercials. They're all blended families. Okay, well, it's a Spanish thing. Stop. They're forcing it. Oh, I'm watching a Spanish channel. That's why. My bad. I apologize. But I'm sure people think I'm racist. All right, listen. Thank you very much. Should I feel good about this scope? This walk and talk? LOL. Thank you so much. In between all this is my sister. We got to stay positive for our friends, folks. Positive thoughts. It does work. Put it out in the universe. Regret is a chance to learn and forgive. Yes, Brody, thank you for sharing. You got it, Dylan. But I've pulled myself up. There you go. My mom says that. Buck up. We can do that. I haven't seen a movie. I just haven't done a lot of that stuff. But I'm all right. You should feel great about this scope. Thank you, Pennypacker. Thanks for the scope today. You got it. I saw the new Clint Eastwood movie on Friday. Yeah. Jessica from the Comedy Store is in it. She plays a biker. Jessica Wellington. Welcome to movies. I definitely feel more balanced. Not smoking pot, heavy pot. I'll be honest with you. That part was funny. Did you see it? I started saying you're welcome instead of saying no problem. Exactly. No problem. When you see no, that's negative. Problem, that's a problem. That's why the Australian people go, no worries. All I'm thinking of is worries and no. And I'll tell you what, I like Australia, but we call the shots. This is the United States of America. And you know what? Tony is a fan of the United States of America. What do you think Tony's pushing it, making things happen? Because that's how he feels. That's how he thinks. So you just have to look at it. Tony supports America. I support America. So you're looking at two guys who are doing stuff because we value America. And Tony's married in Australia. And we're not all perfect. We all make mistakes. Yeah, I have the habit. Say you're welcome. You got it. You're welcome. I do say no problem. It's not a problem at all. Maybe I'll work on that too. I'm waiting for you to start a baseball pod. I need to go to spring training this year and spend like a month there and just do podcasts, do videos, go for all things comedy. I'm Stephen Brody Stevens. I'm the all things comedy baseball guy. I check out Arizona spring training, and I'll do like a podcast. Let me ask you a question. Me on this phone doing this, I walk and talk with a player. I'm walking and talking today with Anthony Rizzo. Anthony, we're here for 5 minutes before batting practice. What's going through your mind? How was your day? Would that be interesting? If I did that, just put it down and because I know Brad Osmus, I know Brandon Hyde, I know all these coaches now, I know general managers, and you do it like on a phone like this and just walk and talk, and then I do like a little video. I don't know, just something for me to do. get paid a couple bucks, bring some comedy to baseball. You tell me I'm not funny enough to talk baseball? I don't know baseball enough to talk baseball? I can do it. I should be doing it. And you could be around baseball until you're old. Anything I'm doing, I could be around and you can keep going. So, walking interview makes the interview more positive. Interesting. You have the baseball X's and O's, Florida rules. You invented the baseball card game. You know baseball. My grandmother never missed a game. Giggles. Yeah. I mean, look. Chris Rose was Best Damn Sports Show. Who was at Best Damn Sports Show? Me with Chris Rose. Kevin Millar, I went to frickin' preschool with. It's unbelievable, the connections. It's unbelievable of all these connections in terms of guys doing well that were in my circle. Because it's a certain energy. So I'm saying, like, look at this, guys. If you do this, good things can happen. Look at all these people. All right, I'm going to get, yeah, why not? I'm doing the Comedy Store Festival. I do KLOS Radio. I go on the road with David Spade. I don't see why I couldn't be doing something with Major League Baseball or with a team. Make a couple bucks. Let me do that. Do stand up here and there. And all that. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great Sunday. I'll talk to you later. Expect a Junior Jam, I would say, fairly soon. Expect a Junior Jam fairly soon. And all that good stuff. Comedian Jock. That's what I do. Thank you, Brody. We lost our long time. Oh, yeah. Happy Sunday. Bye, SBS family. Thank you, Brody. Great scope. Thank you. You are welcome. Brode, don't give up. The entire world needs you. I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. Thank you. Bye, sir. That's Bonnie. Bonnie said bye. He's not giving up. All right, folks. Have a great Sunday. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas. I'll talk to you later. You got it. Push and believe. Reporting live for Stephen Brody Stevens, Films and Documentaries. Have a great day. It's still Year of the Dog. You got it. You appreciate the check-ins? Thank you, Dylan. You are getting the check-in. And I was at the Comedy Store last night. I was at the Fonda Theater last night. I'm just a regular guy. Yes, I saw the Artie Lang situation. His nose, collapsed from drugs. He's going to have to get his nose redone or something. It's just can't be doing drugs like that. But I can't, go into that. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy it. Reporting live. Stephen Brody Stevens. Push and believe.